all the votes will be taken separately if we want to, expect. We'll be voting on the cabinet minutes of the 21st of, we'll be discussing the cabinet minutes of the 21st of February, as the Conservative budget. Council. Okay. Which will include the school's budget. Then there's an amendment by the Labour Group, and then there are 4 amendments from the group. So, I'm sure you all know how long we have to speak, but can I ask for the movers and seconds, please? Have the movers.
So moved, Madam Mayor.
They will move them.
So moved.
Second. 4 amendments. Do you want to move them on block or do you want to separate them? Okay, and second.
I second all of them, Madam Mayor.
Okay. Councillor Green, you can kick off if you like. You've got 15 minutes. You can either use the bill now or you can save it.
I think I'm just 22.
22 in total. You've got right in fact. This moment you've got 15.
Well, I'll try not to delay the council overly for any particular length of time. Madam Mayor. Madam Mayor, last year I became the first Conservative leader of Wirral Council in 24 years to propose a budget to the council. And at that time, I was able to announce that no resident of Wirral would see their council tax increase, that protection for vulnerable people, children, young people and older adults would receive long overdue improvements, the borough's employers would receive substantial support to develop and grow, and that key services that residents have told us mattered the most of them would receive much needed investment. I also pay tribute to the outstanding work of my then administration, Conservative and Liberal Democrat councillors alike, who had come together in the interest of Wirral residents at a point in time when the previous Labour government had left our country in a mess, maxed out the credit card and brought the country to the brink of bankruptcy by borrowing £1 in every 4 that it spent, resulting in payments of £120 million every day just to cover the interest. Madam Mayor, I trust the Republic can now see the wild predictions from the party opposite of impending Armageddon if our budget was passed last year can now be seen for what they were, bogus. Madam Mayor, how I came to be proposing a new administration budget tonight is, of course, a matter of record. The Council lost confidence in Councillor Powers for all of the failings that have occurred on his watch, particularly the safeguarding of vulnerable adults, the treatment of Martin Morton, and his propensity to say one thing he would seek to run an inclusive administration, and to actually do another. Council also decided that they did not believe that Councillor Phil Davis would be any better. However, Madam Mayor, let me give credit to Councillor Fowles for the work he carried out to prepare the 2012-2013 budget. Yes, I have been there now, and I do know how tough it can be. He has proposed £11.5 million of permanent savings and the use of £10.6 million of balances and reserves. Rather than be critical of those proposals for a moment, I'd say the decision to cut £1 million from early intervention in the Children and People's Department and a further £1 million from adult social services, day services, is a mistake. I've also been critical of the last Labour administration decision to do nothing about increasing the cost or the increasing cost of care for the elderly. I'm therefore delighted that the budget I'm proposing tonight has been able to reverse those 2 cuts I referred to, and I can also announce today that I've asked the Director of Adult Social Services to enter discussions with care home providers to make sure that the Council is taking into account the actual costs of providing residential care to ensure there is sufficient capacity in the sector and the quality of care is of a high standard. Madam Mayor, we believe the Council exists to serve and protect local people and communities, and this principle has been placed at the heart of the budget I'm proposing tonight. Residents across Wirral are making careful decisions about their household budgets and monthly outgoings. To support them, as you know, Madam Mayor, we've accepted the additional grant from the coalition government to enable us to freeze Wirral's council tax. addition, Madam Mayor, when consulted by the former leader of the council, local people told him that a cut in council tax was a clear priority for them. Therefore, in the Cabinet's budget before council tonight, there is a rebate equivalent to a 3% cut in the Wirral council tax, with a commitment to work in future years to make this permanent. An extension of the current council tax relief scheme, the over 75 scheme, to cover over 70s households, and for all households who pay by direct debit, the opportunity to spread their payments across 12 rather than 10 months. Combined with this year's freeze and a rebate, over 70s households in Band B with a direct debit will pay £36.94 less each month, Madam Mayor. Madam Mayor, sticking to the fundamental principle that people rather than council know how to spend their own money best, will result in an additional £4 million in people's pockets to spend locally, benefiting local businesses and Wirral's economy. Madam Mayor, as you will see from other measures in the budget I'm proposing tonight, we will continue to strive to rebalance our local economy for the benefit of families right across Wirral. Madam Mayor, the budget is also an opportunity to do good things for good people. Last year, I told you about Simon Johnson, a young veteran who, by us providing a little council support in the budget I proposed last year, could support other veterans avoid the problems accessing crucial services and advice he had to go through. I'm particularly proud that we responded to his suggestion in our budget and now have the Wirral Veterans Armed Forces Community Pathway here on Wirral. This year, I'd like to tell you about Colin Hunt and the Positive Futures programme he developed, Madam Mayor. The scheme is about tackling social inclusion through sport and provides opportunities for 16 to 19-year-olds that their parents would otherwise not afford for them to do. This includes training and qualifications to make them more employable, such as FA training as coaches, lifeguard training, Duke Vendor Award, access to sports, and access to team building activities. Participants are referred by the youth offending team, response and child and adolescent mental health services. Madam Mayor, 50% of Colin's time is spent on one-to-one mentoring, and he spends every Friday and Saturday night providing activities in places such as local parks. People who Colin has helped have gone on to gain employment in areas such as sports coaching, the Marines and the Army. Colin has a target of working with 80 young people a year. However, there are many more people who would benefit from this support. In recognition of the difference that it has made to many young people in the borough, in the budget I'm presenting to you tonight, £50,000 is being proposed to extend Colin's scheme, in the confidence that it will increase aspiration and provide young people with guidance, skills, qualifications and confidence needed to access job opportunities. And I'm sure, Madam Mayor, the whole council will join with me in passing on our congratulations to Colin, who yesterday received an MBE in recognition of the work he has undertaken. Madam Mayor, why do I insist on talking about these matters when tonight we'll agree an £800 million budget, £600 million for the council, plus £200 million to schools? Well, Madam Mayor, for all the heat that we generated tonight, the words and the numbers that we bandied about, for my party, as it was with our budget of 2011 and 12, tonight is all about people. Whether it's the Sure Start mum who wants the council support to give their children a better start and a fair chance when they enter primary school, or reassurance that the council is doing all it can to keep children safe. It's about putting major investment into our commitment to tackling intergenerational child poverty in Wirral by following through with £400,000 of support to the Roots and Wings group, made up as it is of the voluntary, community and faith sectors, and set up again by the previous administration I led. Madam Mayor, it's also about people knowing that the council will seek to improve services for their loved ones, who we call vulnerable adults. Families must know we recognise that services need to be improved. Never again must the safeguarding of our loved ones be put at risk. We have therefore reversed the previous administration's proposed cut of over £1 million from day services for 2013-14 and will invest to improve the range and quality of adult social services and improve safeguarding standards and practices by investing an additional £2 million. Madam Mayor, one of the most important influences on people's overall quality of life is the house and the street where they live. Last year we made budget provision to enable a major consultation to take place to enable local people to say what really matters to them in their street. This year, by providing an additional £30,000 per area forum, we can provide the actual resources required to bring these aspirations to reality. We'll also take further steps to empower communities and expand local place-based decision-making with additional investments to tackle fly tipping, improve community safety, clean up children's play areas, improve pavements, drop curbs and fix potholes. And of course, Madam Mayor, we will double the size of the dog fouling enforcement team, ensuring, directed by our area forums, that they take a far more proactive approach. We'll also introduce 20-mile-an-hour zones in residential areas and around schools as a matter of urgency and maintain the 3 after 3 initiative introduced last year for another 12 months. Madam Mayor, we will also do all we can to help rebalance our local economy. Wirral's economy faces many challenges. However, we also have assets across the borough that, with government support, will enable us to rebalance our economy and take advantage of new markets and opportunities. The government's announcement of Wirral Water's Enterprise Zone and the securing of international investment will finally begin to make a real difference to the lives of local people. Last year's budget made significant investments in helping people into work. This year we will again continue to invest in the successful Wirral Apprentices programme that has already helped 313 young people into jobs. To build on this success, we will continue to invest in our successful programmes. The Reach Out Consortia has already assisted 759 people into work, Madam Mayor. This successful initiative is planned to end in May 2012. But we believe its continuation is crucial as we seek to drive down the number of residents who are out of work. Unlike other councils, we deliver this activity through voluntary community and faith sector groups to maximise their experience and links to our communities and hardest to reach groups, an approach we are pledged to continue. We therefore will be asking the Director of Regen Housing and Planning to bring forward a report detailing how this work will be tendered to ensure no gap in delivery, and in addition we will continue to invest in additional apprentices, training and grants to businesses that will increase employment and help to rebalance our local economy. We'll continue to give priority to supporting our small businesses and making Wirral a place where businesses choose to invest and create jobs. We will seek to achieve a rebalanced economy that retains and attracts our young people and provides opportunity for all to realise their full potential. We'll also continue to ensure that every young person leaving school has access to training or a job. Work that will include £220,000 in this budget to create work experience opportunities in the community, voluntary and faith sectors. Madam Mayor, this council must change. We must end the corrosive and insular culture that grew up under the stewardship of the party opposite and has led to a loss of confidence and respect in the council from our staff and residents. In future, we must be guided by clear values. My administration will mean all of us, council, staff and politicians, at all times demonstrating unity, trusting and supporting each other as we work as one team to protect and serve the people of Wirral, sustaining strong relationships based on tolerance and mutual cooperation. Integrity, Harry. We act consistently with honesty and transparency. Everything we do, Harry, must stand the test of public scrutiny.
Make the most of anything being wrong.
Understanding, Madam Mayor, will listen, will consider and show respect to colleagues. And we will excellence, Steve, will strive to achieve the highest standards, confidently using our professional expertise in the work we do. And we'll accept accountability for what we do, and we'll take ownership for our actions, working together to achieve them. Madam Mayor, these are not just a set of words, they form a contract between this administration within teams, directorates, and the Wirral as a whole. We should aim to demonstrate these values in our day-to-day work to colleagues and to our customers. We need to feel safe to challenge if we feel our values are not being followed, and we need to recognise and reward people where we do see these values in action. Madam Mayor, the budget I'm proposing tonight is about protecting and serving our residents. It invests in keeping our children safe and tackling intergenerational child poverty. It will support our local economy, increase the number of apprentices, increasing the number of apprentices and provide work experience in the voluntary community and paid sectors for young people not in education, employment or training. It improves the range and quality of adult social services and improves safeguarding standards and practices. It increases participation and engagement with our residents. It will reduce the cost of the council to residents. Madam Mayor, I believe the budget that I'm proposing this evening is the first step to regaining the respect of our residents. It is achievable, sustainable, and increases the council's balances, and I commend it to the council.